The Krypton hypothesis. A simple conclusion is made concerning destroyed worlds with life on them, according to stellar metamorphosis theory. This plays well into my experience when I went to the Smithsonian Institution in DC, where I got to view the meteorites, the large meteorites that they had collected, and they had polished the surface of them to see the Whitman-Staton patterns. As well, it brought me a very deep understanding of what a meteorite actually is. I'll read this out to you. Today's April 21st, 2017. In stellar metamorphosis, iron-nickel meteorites could only have been formed where the temperatures, pressures, and methods, which are physical vapor deposition, were available, meaning inside of stars as they evolve, cool, and die. According to the life hypothesis, all young stars have the potential for forming life, and many actually do form life on large scales similar to Earth, given many conditions are met. That being said, since life has a high probability of forming on the star when it is past ocean world stage of evolution, where people like us are walking around, then how exactly do we find broken up bits and pieces of cores of ancient stars? The answer is that their home worlds were destroyed. So essentially, something like Earth, with us walking around on it, will be destroyed via the universe recycling itself. So if we're going to find pieces of the Earth's core, then it means at one point our planet's going to be destroyed, and the core is going to be broken up into smaller and smaller bits, and those bits are going to land into the atmosphere of worlds with people on it just like us many billions of years into the future, and they're going to be like, oh wow, look at what we have here, and thus the cycle is repeated. That being said, when someone picks up an iron-nickel meteorite or is even touching one at a museum, they are potentially touching a piece of the core of a long-since destroyed world where alien life just like us was walking around on its surface. That is absolutely crazy if you think about it. As well, some iron-nickel chunks do have similar origins, such as the Campodactylium meteorites. I have one of those actually, but some do not. That being said, if there are meteorite fields in different locales of the Earth, then it means we are finding pieces of multiple destroyed worlds. That alone should stress the magnificence of the universe. It can form entire civilizations and remove them from memory almost completely. If we did not find these iron-nickel meteorites and appropriately interpret their formation, then we could have possibly never known a worldview so wide-reaching that it is above and beyond stranger and more incredible than science fiction. The richness of the universe depends on the theory we use, and the Krypton hypothesis is derived directly from stellar metamorphosis theory. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this with people is if we live in the universe, it does not have an age, because it's eternal. We should expect to find processes where everything recycles itself over and over and over again in an eternal fashion. And this basically relates directly to that realization, as well as the realization that as stars cool and die, they form their iron cores in the center. As their atmosphere dissipates, it eventually starts exposing the core, which has a very small iron nickel composite in the center, which then breaks up and recycles itself, via impacts and various other events. And to really get it, that, we're not just looking at, rocks. Oh, rocks from space. Oh, look at the rock I have. When I explain to people, meteorites are very fascinating things, like, oh, somebody could have just made that. No. You can't make a meteorite in a lab. It's impossible. The pressures and temperatures involved are impossible to mimic in Earth laboratories. You can't make meteorites. It can only happen inside of stars as current technology has it. And to take a meteorite and hold it in your hands and realize that people just like us, or life just like us, was standing on something where that piece was very in the central regions of that they were standing on. It's just unreal. There's no science fiction book I've read anywhere that mentions that. I've been searching the internet all over the place, and not a single science fiction author or writer mentions anything similar to that in light of stellar metamorphosis. But yeah, it's a series well beyond my ability to comprehend. I mean, just reading this paper to you guys, I can't even comprehend what this means, like, fully. It's just so big. Alright, I think I made this video long enough. Later, y'all.